by Robert Isabel for Norfolk State, number 54. He loves to play inside.
What made that play great? Isabel got the rebound, and he ended up on the other end of the court making the two-point play.
55-41, Virginia Union over Norfolk State. 15:40 remaining in the game. Nice block shot there by Louis Simon of Valentine. And he makes it look easy.
I don't know, Ron, but Holmes got 4 fouls. I think you need to get out of that game. Virginia Union better quickly take a timeout so you can get him out of the ball game, and he doesn't pick up his 5th foul.
57-41, Virginia Union leading. This is Lilly. Lilly over to the right side to Darden. Long jumper, no good. This was Simon. Evans underneath. Whistle blows. Green Stallworth. 34. We'll be back in just a moment. 57-41. Virginia Union has the lead.
A lot of motor oils offer you protection. Some offer you gasoline mileage, too. Haviland Super Premium has been tested for both. Tests in state trooper cars for over 4 million miles proved Haviland really protects. And in a test against the leading 10W40 oil advertising extra gasoline mileage, Haviland couldn't be beat. So get an oil that's been trooper tested and mileage tested. Get Haviland Super Premium from Texaco.
Give me a smile with everything on it, and I'll pass it on. So give me a coat when you smile, and I promise to pass it along. I'm gonna pass it along. The world needs a break when it's tired and thirsty. Coke and a smile is how it should be. Coke adds life, Coca-Cola adds life.
Avis Super Saver rates. Special rates that save you money. Like our 7-day See America rate.
Look out, L.A. Bye.
Or our special holiday rates.
We get to go to Grandmother's house.
And on weekends, Avis Super Saver rates can save you up to 50% off our weekday rates.
50% off?
Up to 50%.
See you Monday.
Call our toll-free number or your travel consultant. Some restrictions do apply.
The Soviet national team takes on Louisville, followed by Larry Bird and top-ranked Indiana State against Wichita State, or Kentucky versus South Carolina, tomorrow.
That's Lucius Mitchell. He needs a drink there to get himself together. His team has been playing rather slovenly this afternoon, 57-41 in favor of Virginia Union in the 34th annual CIAA tournament at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia, and it has not been a Norfolk State afternoon.
You know, at that time out, I did like the way the the Spartans of Norfolk State got up. All the team, some of the fellows were sitting on the bench, Ron, and this is the time a team really needs encouragement by all their teammates. And I looked over at the Panthers from Virginia Union. All those guys were up, and they were talking basketball.
Well, they have a big lead at this moment. 57-41. This is Lilly, number 10. Lilly in the corner to 24, Lewis. Lewis back out to Valentine. Valentine again to Lilly. Lilly with a one-hander. It is no good. Rebound by Robert Isabel. Isabel down, and the shot by Simon is no good. So Virginia Union has the basketball. They can be patient. They have a big lead, and here is Valentine, and he collides with Norfolk State's number 32. That's Henry Green. And Valentine.
You watch this. A good outlet pass to Valentine. Here they go again with a 2-on-1 fast break, and they got the advantage. And there's the foul right there reaching in.
Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification.
WRET TV 36 Charlotte.
Ron Pinckney and Sam Jones from the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. The 34th annual CIAA basketball tournament. 58-41, Virginia Union over Norfolk State. And look at that shot of beauty by Derwin Lilly. 58-43. Panthers. Check that. That was Kenny Evans who made that shot for the Spartans. So, we don't want to slight Mr. Evans. He's had a super day.
Oh, yes. He's going to have a better day. He's got to keep shooting.
It's Darden. He misses. A good rebounding job by Virginia Union.
That was a guard that got that rebound.
Credit Lilly, a guard. 5'9". Walter Stansel, 58-45. Virginia Union leading Norfolk State with 13:37 to go. Simon, a clinic in dribbling out there this afternoon.
One thing I can say, Virginia Union is not rushing the ball. They're still waiting for the good shots.
Whoops. This is Simon, number 10. From the corner, beauty of a shot. Kenny Evans, number 24. He is 11th in the nation among scorers in the NCAA Division II. And Lucius Mitchell wants a timeout, and so do we. 58-47, Virginia Union in front of Norfolk State here at the Scope. We'll be back in just one moment.
Attention Track 2 users, attention APTRA users. Get ready for really clean shaving. Introducing Ultrex from Schick Super 2. The only twin blades with one push cleaning. Watch. One push pushes out soap and stubble for a clean start on really close shaves. Look, Ultrex slides on Track 2 razors, clicks on APTRA razors. Get new Ultrex with one push cleaning. Only Schick Super 2 Ultrex has one push cleaning.
After you've had an accident, help can seem a long way off. That's why you're wise to ride with the Kemper Cavalry. We offer 24-hour claim service that's not only fast, it's fair. The Kemper Insurance Companies and your independent agent. We're riding hard to serve you better.
And don't miss the best-looking newcomer on the Women's Tour this year, the first Women's Kemper Open Golf Tournament, March 31st and April 1st.
On Sports World, the women's all-around competition of the Romanian National Gymnastics Championship, plus the San Jose Flats motorcycle race, tomorrow on NBC.
Could be another great Sunday on NBC tomorrow, a basketball doubleheader, then Sports World. It all gets underway at 1 Eastern tomorrow on NBC. You saw recently, just a few moments ago, the Norfolk State basketball team sitting in the middle of the floor. Lucius Mitchell, the head coach, at all times out, will bring his team out to the floor. He wants to get them away from the crowd. Right now, they need more than that. They need some points, does Norfolk State. Nelly, 20 feet away.
These kids from Panthers, from Virginia Union, are really playing great ball. They're waiting for the good shot, and they're not making too many mistakes today.
60-47, Virginia Union over Norfolk State. Norfolk State can't hit anything this afternoon. They have had their problem. Darden, rebound, echoes. 62-47.
They can't let them get back. Norfolk State has got to get back on the defense because Virginia Union is still running.
Stalwart. Union in a one. Isabel with the basket.
And they realized they made a mistake. Isabel again on the offensive board got between the defensive man and the basket.
62-49, Virginia Union in front. 11:47 on the clock here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Loose ball, and let's see. The foul now will be called as we get a substitute in this ball game. Number 44, Greg Williams, comes in, and 42, Stalwart goes out.
There he goes right there.
Valentine. Foul by Simon. Go ahead.
Yeah, he does reach it around at times. Simon moved in to help out, and he drew the foul.
11:33 remaining in this ball game. Virginia Union would like to hang on here and win its first championship since 1955. They have a 62-49 lead. Sam, I would have to say that at this stage of the game, it's kind of comfortable for Virginia Union. They seem to be laying back now.
it's a comfortable lead, but they still got a lot of time in this ball game.
David Lewis.
Oh, he is having a great shooting day today. This is like a shooting exhibition. Every time he's in clear, he is 8 for 11. So that's fantastic.
Through the pack is Henry Green, and he loses the ball. And here comes Keith Valentine this time, trying to outrun Kenny Evans. Valentine, fadeaway jumper, no good, and he's fouled.
He was fouled by Louis Simon that time again. Valentine coming out of the pack, trying to get the 2-on-1 advantage. Got down the court. Here it is right here. There they go. Look at Lily on the outside lane. Now they get the 2-on-1. Catches the ball. Fades away jump shot, and he's fouled by Louis Simon right on the elbow.
Looks like a couple of thoroughbreds coming down that court, huh?
That's a good call by the officials. I don't know how the officials can keep up with these kids, because at least they get substitution. The officials got to go both halves.
Keith Valentine making his second shot. 65-49. Virginia Union over Norfolk State. Valentine picked up his 4th foul on that play.
One thing I've noticed about the Panthers defense, they're trying to keep this kid Evans from shooting, and they're really doing a great job.
Clifford Darden of Virginia Union. You know, you were talking about Keith Valentine, a real struggling gentleman and a hustler for Virginia Union. He has 4 steals on the afternoon, and that's not bad.
And he's doing all right on the offensive end. When you can play both ways, you're doing a great job.
Lilly, the backcourt man for Virginia Union. The turnaround jumper by Lewis.
I think they missed that one. It looked like he got fouled, but you never can tell.
Isabel doing most of the rebounding for Norfolk State. Williams with the ball. And Henry Green finally gets it in. 66-53. Virginia Union leading Norfolk State with 9:57 remaining for the CIAA championship of 1979. Onto the boards, 24, David Lewis.
Well, you know, looking at that play.
The foul is on Isabel, number 54 of Norfolk State.
All right, now, David Lewis, Lamont Elkins made a good play that time. He dove to the basket. He got the defensive men to come to him. He made a good pass off, and now they're on the foul line for 2 shots.
So, the timeout here at the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Panthers 66 and Norfolk State 53.
All right, yeah.
We worked half the night just to get it right. Now it's all behind. Got blue ribbon on my mind. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
There are a lot of beers, but there's only one, Pabst. It's brewed to be the best, naturally, with no artificial ingredients, and you can taste it.
I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
Surprise! It's me, Ali, up here in Alaska to tell you how motorcraft parts from Ford were tested tough. Motorcraft heavy-duty batteries tough as these were tested in all kinds of nasty weather on 50 cars and trucks from Ford, GM, and Chrysler. After 6 months, not one motorcraft battery went bad. Motorcraft batteries, they have the stuff. Motorcraft parts are tested tough.
Yes, there really is a Mrs. Colombo.
I have done my laundry and cleaned my house and written to my husband.
And she also attempts to solve a double murder. Don't miss Mrs. Colombo, Monday.
Say, if you like golf, you'd better be with us next Saturday and Sunday at the Bay Hill Citrus Classic in Orlando, Florida. Defending champ Mac McClendon is expected to return to defend his title, grab the winner's share of a $250,000 purse. John Brody and Arnold Palmer describe the action. That's next Saturday at 4 and also Sunday at 3 on NBC. 66-53 with 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and it has been all Virginia Union. They trailed by 7 at the outset of the ball game, but they got those racehorses together and jumped off to a 20-13 lead in the first half, and they haven't been halted since.
All right, I want to watch Larry Holmes. He's back in the ball game with 4 fouls, and they put him in there to hit the defensive board. So let's keep an eye on him.
David Lewis with 2 free throws, 67-53, as Virginia Union controlling this ball game with 9:40 remaining. They haven't won a championship since 1955. One-hand jumper, no good. And Isabel lays it in from underneath. 67-55. If the Spartans are going to defend their championship, I think they're going to have to get going now.
They better get going because you're under that 10-minute mark, and every basket now is a crucial basket.
This is Lewis. David Lewis.
There goes.
He's been the man.
It's the nemesis for the Spartans right now because he is picking up some good baskets.
Simon. 44 Williams. Lewis is the leading scorer on the afternoon with 14 points. Underneath, Isabel. And there's the foul. Robert Isabel. Virginia Union will get the ball. Cliff Darden. He will take Keith Valentine's place. Valentine has played a super game.
Now you'll see David Lewis go to the guard position.
The steal by 24, Kenny Evans.
You know, that was a good move by the Spartans to put on a press because they got Keith Valentine out of the ball game, and now Lilly is like the playmaker.
Virginia Union with a 14-point, 69-55 lead over Norfolk State. And here comes Isabel. No basket, they say.
He did travel.
Isabel traveled, and he doesn't like it either. He went over to the referee, Harris, and said, hey, what are you doing?
Well, it was a good call. They got Valentine back in the game so they could take off this press.
I mean, you know, Norfolk State needs those baskets, and they can't afford to have them called back.
That's right. If they make a basket, it's like a 4-point play. The 2 they didn't get, and the 2 that Union will pick up.
Here's Eccles. Eccles decides to let it go to Holmes. And speaking of Lamont Eccles, Sam Jones, today is his birthday, and I'm sure one of the greatest birthday presents for him could be to win this CIAA championship for Virginia Union. Right now, his team has a 14-point lead.
2 great things to celebrate. Look at that drive.
That's number 34, Clifford Darden.
There it is right there. That's a good drive by Clifford. He misses right there, and now you see him going over the back and committing that foul.
Henry Green was the man he fouled. So Norfolk State now will get the basketball. Union still hasn't gone over the limit. Larry Holmes. There is Holmes underneath with an easy layup. He ducked around everybody on that one and just tucked it in there.
He made a good move. He picked to the basket and made a goal baseline and put it in for a comfortable layup.
69-57.
Keith Valentine made a good move on that play. He went between his legs around 3 fellas and almost had an easy layup for one of his teammates.
Gerald Wilkinson going into the ball game, and out is Greg Williams. He goes over and he sits next to Coach Mike Bernard of Norfolk State. Keith Valentine with the basketball. Valentine goes in for an easy layup, in and out of the basket. You only get one shot with Isabel onto that basket.
I'm telling you, but that was an easy layup. He missed that one. There we go again. They're going 4 corners, and you notice as he gets between his man, he is real quick. There it is right there, and it goes off the rim.
And Isabel picks it up. 69-57. Virginia Union with 7:27 remaining in this ball game. Norfolk State now, as close as they have been. Foul on 24, David Lewis. 12 points separating these 2 teams. The substitutions come in for Virginia Union. Larry Holmes goes up. I think this is worth another look,
right
Sam.
there. I'm telling you, it was an awfully close call. I could have gone either way. It didn't look like a foul from here.
Henry Green was the gentleman foul. A lot of roughhouse underneath there, but Virginia Union riding their lead, dwindling to 10, 69-59, and the Norfolk State fans are beginning to get riled up. What a beautiful shot.
That's the way to shut everything off. Go right to the basket for a layup.
71-59. Virginia Union. Underneath is Henry Green.
And that was a good play. He went baseline, came back in for the layup.
Lilly being watched and guarded by Simon. Almost loses the ball, and it is stolen away. All alone, Simon, and he missed. He missed an easy layup.
That is the second layup that he has missed. He missed one in the first half, and he just missed his second. He's being overcautious.
There was a foul on Isabel on that last attempted layup by Simon. So that's the 7th team foul now, and going to the free throw line will be Derwin Lilly.
You know, that's a shame. All right, you look right here. Look at this baseline. He gets baseline without stepping out of bounds. That's a magnificent play. That's probably a good defensive position.
10 points separating these two teams, and Lilly makes it 72-61. Virginia Union trying to cling to what would be their first championship since 1955 if they can hold on. And 2 for Derwin Lilly. 73-61. The Panthers from Richmond lead in this, the 34th annual CIAA championship of the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. The one-hand jumper by Kenny Evans. That was about 25 feet away. 73-63. Union by 10. Here is Eccles, the birthday kid.
He's played a tremendous game with a broken nose.
Holmes to the right, being guarded by Isabel. Union now wants to slow it down. Why not? They're leading by 10. Here is Valentine. Valentine underneath to Holmes. And Norfolk State has the basketball.
Looks like they missed a foul that time, but maybe not.
David Lewis, no good. Jump ball between number 54, Isabel, and Holmes.
Evans shoots that ball. It comes off the back rim, and look at those guys fighting for the rebound. Hey, it gets awfully tough under the basket when you're a big man.
166 is Lamont Eccles. We'll return to the Scope in just a moment.
When you're in trouble, it's good to know you can call someone who will bring help fast. An independent insurance agent who represents the cavalry, the Kemper Insurance Companies, and other fine companies. In a world of red tape, here's a maverick who's tough, fast, and fair.
And don't miss the best-looking newcomer on the women's tour this year, the first Women's Kemper Open Golf Tournament, March 31st and April 1st.
It's raining, Ollie.
I can see that.
The wipers sure are making a mess.
Well, why don't you do something to help me? Oh!
Once a year, it makes sense to get yourself a new set of Anco wiper blades. It's simple, quick, and an inexpensive way to see your way clear again.
But that's much better, Ollie.
Why, thank you, Stanley.
The Soviet national team takes on Louisville, followed by Larry Bird and top-ranked Indiana State against Wichita State, or Kentucky versus South Carolina, tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget next Saturday, another great slate of college basketball games on NBC and TBS. Coverage begins at 2, so consult your local listing for the game in your area. 5 minutes and 37 seconds away from a possible victory for Virginia Union. This is what we were talking about earlier, Sam. Whenever Lucius Mitchell calls timeout, he brings his team out on the court.
And not only that, you got to see, if you notice those stools, they're camouflage. I wonder why they're camouflage. Maybe that's what it's...
I don't think Virginia Union is fooled. Norfolk State has fooled Virginia Union this afternoon. 10-point lead by Union. And in and out, Gerald Wilkinson tries it. Norfolk State has not lost a CIAA championship since 1973. The last team to beat them in this tournament was Fayetteville State, 1973. 73-65, 8 points separating the two teams. The Spartans are coming back.
Yeah, they're coming back. I'll tell you, they've made up some ground, and Union's still going to be careful with the ball.
Lamont Eccles, no good. Rebound by 32, Henry Green. 73-65, Norfolk State leading, or rather Virginia Union leading. Henry Green underneath the basket, and he and number 11, Keith Valentine, collided.
There he goes, and as you can see, as you take a look, Clifford Dart did have position on that charging foul, so he got good position, and now there's a timeout.
The score, 73-65, Virginia Union leading.
The all-new sexy Capri, sticker price under $4,700.
That's a miracle.
I believe in miracles. Why you brought new sexy thing?
Full instrumentation, gauges, tack, 4 on the floor, and with equipment added to match Celica GT Capri's hundreds less.
That's a miracle. I believe in miracles.
And Capri has strut-type front suspension with stabilizer bars standard.
That's a miracle.
I believe in miracles. Why you brought new sexy thing?
At the sign of the cat.
It was a long, hard run, but I finally won. Now it's all behind. Got blue ribbon on my mind. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
There are a lot of beers, but there's only one, Pabst. It's brewed to be the best, naturally, with no artificial ingredients, and you can taste it.
I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
On Sports World, the women's all-around competition of the Romanian National Gymnastics Championship, plus the San Jose Flats motorcycle race, tomorrow on NBC.
4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in this basketball game, the CIAA championship game from the Scope in Norfolk, Virginia. Ron Pinckney, along with Sam Jones, and Henry Green of Norfolk State, is fouled out. Before he left, he had 17 points and 9 rebounds.
And believe me, Ron, he has been playing a great inside game for the Norfolk State Spartans. With that inside game and him gone, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
And
there's a turnover.
A turnover is right. 73-65 is the score. Norfolk State will get the basketball, and it looks as if Virginia Union may be coming apart now. 44, Greg Williams. This is Simon to the right.
I think they're looking for that inside shot. They're trying to get the... there's the steal.
Here come Lamont Eccles. Eccles, no good. Rebound picked off by Kenny Evans. Down court, Isabel, 2 for Norfolk State, 73-67. And the Spartans are grinding it out in the late minutes. They have narrowed it down now to 73-67. 7 points between these two teams. Virginia Union.
Union needs a basket very badly.
With a 15-point lead at one time in this ball game, has seen it narrowed down to 7. This is Valentine. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game for the CIAA championship. It started on Thursday night here at the Scope. The tap-in is no good, and Norfolk State gets the ball. The rebound is credited to Kenny Evans. Louis Simon for the layup. 73-69.
It's a ball game.
I think right now Virginia Union could use a timeout.
I think they could too, and because Norfolk State has really got the momentum. Watch this on the replay right here. There's a fast break, but he threw the ball. He gave him too much lead. And look at that right there. A good play. Looking for the open man.
Keith Valentine will go to the line for Virginia Union.
Now, there's a lot of pressure riding on this 1-and-1 shot. He needs to make this first one.
4 points difference in this ball game. Union leading 74-69. Now it's 5, and he gets another shot. Does Mr. Simon, or check that, Valentine. Second shot for Valentine. Oh, what a pair of pressure-packed free throws.
He certainly made it look easy.
75-69, Virginia Union. This is Kenny Evans. 75-71. Union by 4. The Panthers from Richmond, Virginia have 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining on the clock. And they give it to Lamont Eccles, number 35, and they spread it out. Eccles to Lilly.
I don't know. I like to watch the count. It seems to be a little bit fast, but who knows? I was not counting.
3 minutes and 3 seconds. So the jump ball will be between Lamont Eccles and Gerald Wilkerson, number 20 of Norfolk State. Wilkinson has come in a substitute role and has done reasonably well for the Spartans of Norfolk State. Here he is against Eccles. That goes to Williams. Wilkinson. Eccles with a rebound. Almost has it stolen by Norfolk State, and he finally does. This is Simon. 75-73. Norfolk State leading by 2, and Virginia Union calls timeout with 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining from the scope in Norfolk, Virginia, as Virginia Union has a 75-73 lead.
Yeah, we got a barn burner. This is a good one today.
We'll return in just a moment.
The Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts is the only sports museum dedicated to all levels of competition, high school, college, and professional. I'm Kurt Gowdy, inviting you to see our 3 floors of colorful historic displays, including the famed Honors Court, where 115 of the game's immortals are permanently enshrined. The Basketball Hall of Fame is open daily, except for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Plan your visit soon.
Let's look at this last steal, Sam Jones.
There's that guy again, Louis Simon. Now he's going to look for the pass, but the ball fell back, and look at that shot.
Oh,
2
what
points.
a beauty.
It's a beauty, and look at the scores.
2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. Norfolk State has cut the lead from 10 to 2 with 2:43 remaining, 75-73, and we have got ourselves a nail-biter.
I'm telling you, what do you call it, a pressure cooker? Because the fact that Norfolk State has never given up on this ball game. They keep coming back. They keep picking up the errant pass. They're hustling under the backboards. They're getting the offensive rebounds. And now they're back in the ball game. Who knows?
So Lucius Mitchell and Dave Robbins, the respective coaches for Virginia Union and Norfolk State, have talked it over. And let's see what they will do. They only have 2 minutes and 43 seconds to settle their differences. Norfolk State, the defending CIAA champion. As you watch the time there on your screen, Virginia Union will control the basketball. This is Lamont Eccles, and Eccles to Lilly. Lilly to the right side. To home. Ball almost stolen, but Lilly retrieves it. And there is a foul. And it is called on Derwin Lilly of Norfolk State.
I'll tell you right now, you got to be careful when you make a foul. You don't want to put him on the free throw line. You want to play tough defense, make him take a bad shot. But to put him on the free throw line is a big mistake.
Lilly will go to the free throw line. It's been a tough second half for Virginia Union. They have shot 9 for 25 from the floor in the second half for a measly 36%. But Lilly makes this one. It is 76-73 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
I'm telling you right now, you can hear the crowd behind this ball game. Every point means something, not only to the players on the court, but to the fans from Virginia Union and also Norfolk State.
The partisan crowd here from Norfolk State College, soon to be known as Norfolk State University. Right now, the Spartans are in trouble. Gerald Wilkinson.
You just saw something there, Ron. The Panthers came out into a press, and they double-teamed the man with the ball and got a timeout for a jump ball.
Eccles got the jump ball from Gerald Wilkinson. Eccles 35, Wilkerson 20. Eccles says, hey, get your hands off me, pal. It's Kenny Evans this time. Misses the layup. Rebound by Williams. Greg Williams gets it in for the Norfolk State Spartans. 77-75. 2:15 remaining. CIAA championship on the line. Long pass intercepted. Walter Stansel, and this is Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Isabel, and he is fouled.
And here we are.
Robert Isabel fouled as he drove in the lane.
Less than 2 minutes to go, and believe me, that was a good press. And the guard should have come back and get the ball. You can't afford to make a long pass when teams are pressing. So everybody's got to come back and get the ball, especially the guards.
Robert Isabel, who suffered a back injury 3 weeks ago, and he missed 3 or 4 games, will go to the free throw line now. And as they say in just about all sports, this is important.
Everything.
I'll tell you, he needs this. Nope. He has another try. Mr. Isabel, a 6'6" junior from Kimball, West Virginia. He is 225 pounds. He will get an opportunity to close it to 1, and he does. 77-76. Virginia Union over Norfolk State with 1:53 remaining on the stadium clock. Here comes Keith Valentine. Long pass down court this time to 24, David Lewis. Lewis back out to Valentine. Valentine has it stripped away.
Oh, I would like to
by Isabel.
I'd like to see a replay on that one. I'll tell you, I thought it was a good strip that time.
Yeah, it sure did.
There it goes right there. You see Isabel moves in. Well,
no, he said he reached it and he got him.
I think he reached in. That was a good call by the officials.
Lucius Mitchell, a little bit upset. That's his coach over there with him, Mike Bernard, his assistant. Keith Valentine makes it 78-76.
You know, Ron, he makes it look so easy. And
he sure does, doesn't he?
He's got to be thinking about it.
He's had a good afternoon for Virginia Union. His second shot is good. 79. He has 19 points for the afternoon. Does Keith Valentine, a junior from Richmond. They ought to give him a parade when he goes back home. Loose ball, and it's picked off by Eccles. The scramble down under there. And the foul is on Isabel. Robert Isabel.
Here we go again,
Sam.
There's the shot. And now you can see it right here in the scramble. Look at 35 goes up. And I couldn't see it. The official had me blocked on the replay.
Looked like Isabel got him that time.
Well, the one thing I can say, the official was on the job. He was right there on top of that play.
Lamont Eccles, a good shooter from medium range, but that time he didn't make it. Just when we credit him with being a medium range shooter, he misses.
A big steal by Keith Valentine.
22. Valentine saves the day for Virginia Union.
That might have been the greatest play of the game.
Union has spread them out now. Dave Robbins over on the bench, 1 minute and 5 seconds. 7-9.
Oh, great play.
What a
really great play.
81-76, Virginia Union with 1 minute and 1 second remaining on the clock here at the Scope in Norfolk, and already the Union players are beginning to congratulate each other. They say, we have got it a first championship to go back to Richmond since 1955. But we still have a minute.
We still got that minute, and that's a long time in a ball game. But now they got Williams hurt on the floor down there, who is a tremendous ball player. He was trying to block that shot, and they collided with one of his own teammates, and we just don't know what is wrong with him.
Norfolk State beat Winston-Salem last night in the semifinals to get here. They have been in the CIAA championship 11 of the last 14 years under 4 different coaches, and I'm sure you remember some of them. Ernie Fears, Bob Smith, and Charles Christian coached last year, and now Lucius Mitchell.
And I tell you, Ernie Fields, I think he got it all started here at Norfolk State. He brought in some good players, and especially Bob Dandridge. A lot of people said he wouldn't make it in the pros, and Bobby Dandridge, he is Elizabeth City.
I told you, I saw him and Earl Monroe about 10, 12 years ago in Washington, D.C. when they were playing. Monroe was with Winston-Salem, and Dandridge was with Norfolk State. They were playing Howard University.
I'll tell you, the CIAA has turned out some tremendous ball players. Got Mike Gale, who's a real fine ball player from Elizabeth City. And we got some in here now that they're not seniors. And I believe they're going to be professional basketball players.
Of course, you played in the CIAA championship some years ago. You went to North Carolina College, now North Carolina Central. 81-76, Virginia Union. And that's Larry Holmes.
There's the ball game right now.
There is Eccles.
He's got it. I think that may be the ball game, Bob.
Eccles, let's play. Who will celebrate his birthday with 47 seconds remaining, or 37. And Norfolk answers back, but it may be too late. 88 or 83-78 is the story here from Norfolk, Virginia. And Sam, it has been all Virginia Union this afternoon as you look into the Norfolk State huddle there with Lucius Mitchell. He takes his team out to around the foul circle, and he talks to them.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think Norfolk State should have called a timeout as soon as they made the basket, because they lost about 3 or 4 seconds off the clock, which they really need. Now's the time you got to put a lot of pressure. You got to gamble. That's what it is. You got to gamble. You got to take chances, even if you foul. You don't want too much time to go off the clock in favor of Union. So I would be looking to foul the worst free throw shooter out there. They got a good pressure on Keith Valentine and Lilly. They do not want them to get the ball. And hopefully, I don't think any of the guards will take the ball out now. It'll probably be a forward, so they can get that ball into Lilly or Valentine.
32 seconds remaining in the basketball game. Virginia Union with a 5-point-83-78 lead over Norfolk State. So the folks back in Richmond, Virginia can start the celebration. Virginia Union looks like they will get their first CIAA championship since 1955. That year, they lost to Winston-Salem State. They played North Carolina A&T in 1959, and they lost. They won the championship by beating Winston-Salem State in 1955, and you were playing in the CIAA around that time.
Oh, yeah, and I'll tell you, Big House games, what can you say?
Yeah.
They've had a tremendous team. He's always been in the playoffs. All right, here's a look at this foul right now on David Lewis. And you see Lewis Simon reaching in, and by the way, that was his 5th foul. Lewis Simon is out of the ball game.
We also saw Larry Holmes limping over there on the bench in that Virginia Union uniform.
Look at those players from Virginia Union standing up on the side.
Love it. They are a happy bunch. They are a happy bunch.
They have got to be. Even the players who did not play, they're standing up, cheering that team on. That's the way they looked on a timeout. Long time back in this ball game. They gave the confidence. They gave them confidence.
David Lewis, this championship has eluded them for 25 years. They brought in a coach by the name of Dave Robbins, a white coach, the only white coach ever to do so in the CIAA. And in his first season, it looks like he has a championship. But, of course, you've got to give a lot of credit to a young man who coached at Virginia Union last year and brought in a lot of this talent. A fellow by the name of Robert Moore, who's down at Johnson C. Smith.
And by the way, Robert Moore at Johnson C. Smith was named the CIAA Coach of the Year. He's got a good team down there, Ron. He's not losing anybody this year. So Virginia Union, yes, you have to give a lot of credit to Robert Moore now at Johnson C. Smith, because he is the one who brought those kids in. And Dave Robbins has taken over and has done an outstanding job this season with the Virginia Union Panthers.
85-80, Virginia Union leading the Norfolk State Spartans. Norfolk State, the defending champions. They knocked off Hampton Institute a year ago here to win the championship. And they have been in it just about every year since 1965. The last time Norfolk State lost was in 1973 to Fayetteville State University.
You know, we saw some great games. This all started here on Thursday afternoon with 4 teams playing, and now here are the 2 surviving teams. With Virginia Union, we might as well say the Cinderella team, but they have played outstanding basketball for the last 3 days. It's just been tremendous.
Lamont Eccles wants to inbound it, but the officials hold it up for just a brief moment. We've had a ball game here. Virginia Union.
I don't know what that call was.
Norfolk State led only twice in this game, at the beginning and once in the third in the second half.
Look at this. There's a dunk.
Valentine all by himself. No, he doesn't.
He didn't dunk it, but I surely thought he would.
Keith Valentine, a junior from Richmond, just lays it up. And we have 7 seconds. 6, 5. And Norfolk State calls timeout with 5 seconds. Lucius Mitchell, in his first season as head coach, will not win the championship this year for Norfolk State.
Well, I'm sure that Norfolk State Spartans will get a bid for the NAIA because of the record that they did have. I know that they wanted to repeat as the CIAA champions, but it's just not to be this year.
Sam, we want to talk about this Virginia Union team. They were super. They fell behind at the early goings, 9-2, and then Lilly and Valentine and Darden to some extent, and Eccles and Holmes got hot, and there was just no stopping this Panther team from Richmond.
Well, you know, you can't count the Spartans. They came back to Ron. In fact, they came back to within 1. But these kids never lost their poise, and that's the credit of a good coach and a good basketball team. And here they are about to win this. Did you say 25 years, their first championship in about 25 years?
Since 1955. Our statistician, Charles Blaylock, just patted me on the back and says, hey, look, give me some credit. I've been working hard. Charlie, thank you.
Yeah, Charles, I've been working hard, and it's just great, and so has the NBC officials that has been helping us.
And his entire CIAA crew. I mean, our stay in Norfolk, Virginia has just been super. I've really enjoyed it down here in the Tidewater. This ball game will soon be over, and Virginia Union will be celebrating 87-82.
Here they are again on the free throw line with the 1-and-1. And certainly with only 4 seconds to go, I don't see how it's humanly possible to lose this ball game.
The crowd from Richmond beginning to turn it on now. They're shouting, we're number 1, we're number 1.
It sounds good, and I know how they feel. Oh, boy, I can hear I can almost hear the hearts pumping from here because it feels just like any championship, whether it's NBA, high school, junior high school, or whatever. Who cares? And look at that, how good. All over. We have just witnessed a fine finish.
89-82, Virginia Union having won their first championship since 1955, and I'd like to extend congratulations to athletic director Tom Harris down at Richmond, Virginia. His team's come a long way since he was coaching basketball down there. Well, that's the story here from Norfolk, Virginia. With the score 89-82, Virginia Union wins the 34th annual CIAA championship. This is Ron Pinckney along with Sam Jones saying so long once again. Final score 89-82, Virginia Union, the CIAA champions.
Telling you about something, Casanova. Now, at your age, you can't afford to burn the candle at both ends.
In my age, I can afford to burn the candle at both ends, in the middle, around the side, and up the back.